Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bingothon Winter 2022. We would like to thank Team 17 for sponsoring this event, and you can find the link to donate to Fred Hutch right below the stream. My name is Nordic Soy. I'm being joined by Sineth. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going, Bingothon? I am back and ready to make some jokes, make some fun. Let's have fun with some Spyro 2 Rypto's Rage. Runners, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm ZeroPeaches, and I'll be on the orange team.
Hello, I'm Kolapro, and I will be joining ZeroPeaches in the orange team, trying to get some win.
Hello, I'm DarkLizzard, and I'm gonna be in the purple team. I'm from Czech Republic, and that's it for me.
Nice. Hi guys, I'm TK47. You guys probably know me from yesterday's Hitman 3 run. I'm joining DarkLizzard in the purple team, and we're gonna destroy your asses.
And I'm Rexy. I will be your external commentator for this one. Technically, my morning shift is over, but I'm still going to stick around and talk over what everyone is doing on their respective games.
Awesome.
Thank you,
All
Rexy.
right. So, runners, please divide off into your rooms. And while we do that, we're going to get the runners ready here in just a moment. Rexy, do you want to do us the favor of a countdown when the runners are ready to go? And we got the countdown ready to go in the chat.
Okay, well, first of all, let's see if they are all ready. Well... Are they? I mean, I see the waiting room chat. Lizard is good. Peaches is good. TK, Cola, all fine. So, I'm ready to type. In. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait. What? Hang on. What's Peaches typing? Okay, try again. Let's try again. 3, 2, 1, go. I guess freaking TK's already running. Never mind. Okay then, so we've got the goals in front of us, and okay, that was just like one of the most stilted intros that we might have ever done there, but that's what happens when I see Lizard and Peaches talking in the chat at the same time. So I guess everyone's just trying to figure out their initial goals. Now, your main movement tech for Spyro 2 is the double jump, which is a quick charge motion when you end up trying to do a singular jump up in the air. And that can be used to end up breaking a lot of the level geometry around you. However, 3 of the runners have not opted to go for head bash skip, which can be needed to go into the latter half of Winter Tundra and the latter half of Autumn Forest. So that's going to be a very interesting way of seeing things. So, Lizard has gone into his favourite level, aka Skilos Badlands. And just by browsing the board in front of me, I mean, that was another one that is fantastic to just end up jumping around. There's 100 Skilos Badlands goal there. Dinos 1 and 2 are extremely fast eggs to end up making a strong move onto there. So, I could see that working exceedingly well there. Cola has gone for the for the pencil, and Mystic March is also a great one to end up breaking the geometry simply because of how the double jump can end up working. There are multiple different ways to just get to the end portal extremely quickly, and it's just a case of taking advantage of the level geometry just to gather what he can. I can see Lizard synergy. Hockey's 1 and Dino's 1 is something that ends up working with the Skilo Skull. So he's probably going to end up going into Colossus much later on. TK, however, has opted for Glimmer, and it's there that there's a chance to end up getting gems, but in there as well as well, I mean, I've seen him going for the. Oh goodness sake, what is the the lizards in there? Also, I was like trying to remember which particular think that was 4. Also on this board is stand on 5 portals you own the talismans for, which applies for completing any level in Summer Forest and Autumn Plains. So that ends up being something that you'll end up getting to see a lot more double jump tech for much later on in the game. Now, Kotote is just, aka Peaches, so he's a man of many names. Just saying that. This is one that ended up being a case of running through Skieless Badlands? No, Winter Tundra, just to end up gemming everything out of it. Now, what he's doing now is that he's gonna try and aim to do a out-of-bounds skip into, I believe, Canyon Speedway? No, he's actually going to go straight for the orb. So, yeah, usually, if he doesn't have swim, I would normally associate it with going for a level out of bounds, but no, he's just opening it legit. So, that makes a lot of sense. Now, for Canyon Speedway, what I end up seeing in the board in front of me is that he's going to go for all gems there. And with that, he would probably also end up either going for more orbs to end up opening access to Metro Speedway and Ocean Speedway, but there's also a chance that we would also end up saving some gems for Icy Speedway, so it's a matter of seeing where his path would end up taking him.
To hit that lizard up.
And I don't really think I have much to explain right now, so maybe we could have time for a quick PSA from the host?
Sure thing. So chat, Illusion of Gaia Randomizer is coming up next, and let me tell you about some of the bid wars and goals that are coming up. You can activate the Overworld and Boss Shuffle for $50. You can also unlock the Apocalypse Gaia boss for $30. And by the way, if you go ahead and finish out the $30 goal, by donating that $30, you can get a chance to win the grand prize Team 17 game pack. That's 10 games in there that are absolutely amazing, and I am absolutely hoping that I win it. But hey, if anyone else wants to compete against me, go donate, and you can donate a couple of dollars over the marathon here and there. As long as you get up to 30, you're in for that pack. We also have the 2 5-game packs from Team 17. We have some mugs, we have a hoodie, we have Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, lots of cool stuff. So get donating on those 2 goals that are coming up on the very next game here.
Thanks for letting us know on that one. Okay, so what I see in front of me in terms of progress, Cola is done in Mystic Marsh and is going to carry his progress over to another stage. Now, based on what he's done there already, I don't think I see anything that's particularly linked towards the pencil or any of the goals there, but it looks like he's gone straight towards Autumn Plains anyway and into Skilo, so it looks like he's going to try and snipe Lizard on a goal. However, Lizard already has the advantage, and he's making swift progress onto Dinos 2 for one of the orbs present here. TK has gathered all gems in Glimmer and is just finishing off the lizards, and indeed 100% Glimmer is on the board, so this is what I get for trying to read a bingo board and 4 screens all at once. So that is very swift. Lizard has also collected all gems in Skelos, so all he has to do now is to finish off Bone Dance. I believe he also has to get the Talisman, just to end up getting Skelos Badlands and put Cola in a very, very dangerous position. So TK is also going to figure out his next part there. I can see how Metropolis would end up running if he's going to be able to opt the out-of-bounds skip into there. But it doesn't look like he's going there right away. So I guess it's going to go down to something different. It looks like one of Kotote's choices, Peaches' choices, like I said, many names, for the 3 speedways is indeed Icy Speedway, which requires a 100 gem payment for money bags, which is a little more wasteful, but at least there's a way to end up negating time from collecting orbs and all of that. It's a pretty fast one to end up getting as well, thanks to all the supercharged strats and different way of mapping out the route ahead of you. So Daniel's 2 in pencil has also been marked off for Cola, so that would explain where the pencil got into play there. However, it's unfortunately too late to get 100% Skills Badlands because Lizard had already marked that off. But it can still be a race for the rockets, as he just demonstrated. And as you can see from TK, there is a way to end up skipping the entire orb door that leads you towards the second half of Autumn Plains, which leads you towards one of the most broken double jump levels in the entire game, Magma Cone. So, let's go and see what you'll end up doing with this. So, not only is it one that you would hope to get a talisman over, if that is something that you want to grab, but the main thing you would end up doing with this one is actually popcorn. A very tricky one because you're racing against Hunter to end up grabbing all of these crystal shards that pop out of the ground. It's just a case of trying to outsmart the AI and snipe whenever possible. And if you get some good RNG with these crystals out of the ground, then there is a very strong chance that you would end up getting the orb on your first attempt. And it's very rare that I've ever ended up seeing TK restart popcorn, even on the more difficult second go-around. Oh, and I mentioned hockey earlier, and Lizard has already made his move towards Hockey Swan to match what he got in Skilos earlier. And he just one-cycled that second puck. That's pretty pog. Yes, it's possible. So yeah, normally when it comes to hockey, you would really prefer to try and grab the puck before the keeper would end up knocking it towards the other side of the rink. But if you're lucky to end up getting the one cycle, like Lizard ended up doing so in one of the rebounds, then that would end up saving a lot of time and a chance to end up catching your opponent off guard.
I would love to.
Cola has ended up making his way into Scorch, and this one doesn't have a lot of orbs, all things considered, but it does have a 20 enemy power-up, that is the Super Flame. And yes, the power-ups in each level, they require a certain amount of enemies, which is unique to each level, to end up activating them, and the Super Flame is one of these. So, that's going to be something to end up investigating. Now, I'm more than surprised that Katote hasn't gone straight towards another speedway because he's gone into Zephyr instead. Which is okay. I mean, you needed gems to actually access it to begin with. But there were also some very quick orbs if you know how to get around them. And it's another broken level that can also be needed to cut through different parts of the level, but he's just more focused on grabbing gems more than anything else, which makes sense because 1200 Autumn Plains gems is on the board. I think that's also one of the main reasons why he opted for Icy Speedway there. And it looks like Lizard is also opting for rockets as well because he's also blown up the strong chest here in Colossus. Combined with what he got earlier in Kilo's Badlands, he should be now marked on 2. And tearing this apart with TK right now, this is getting crazy. And just from that, Lizard has also opted to buy Swim, which means that can be used to end up going safely into Aquaria Towers, if so needed, and especially considering all enemies in Aquaria Towers is on the board. All 20 power-ups had also been marked off for Cola, so that is the Super Spring in Mystic combined with the Super Flame here in Scorch. Going for some steady goals, but that's how it gets to end up thinking on your feet. I also just realized Bombo is on there as well. Bombo and the bells. So that's what I get for looking at 4 screens operating all at once. Bombo the Genie in Scorch. Not one of the shortest goals on the board by a long shot, but combined with the bells, which is over at as Winter Tundra, Cloud Temples. That can also make for an interesting late goal to end up finishing off. Interestingly, Peaches is going for the Cowlex here in Zephyr, which is something that I wasn't quite expecting. But, yeah, it does require access into Fracture Hills much later on. So I can see why that ended up getting opted for there. Super Flame power-up is also present, but I also do not see the need for it. And then again, there are 7 Cowlex in the entire game. I mean, in the entire level, even. But the other 2 are close towards the area where Juliet 1 and 2 are located, which means it's a case of picky poison as to what you feel is the most accessible. TK has continued the speedway run over at Ocean Speedway. Oh, Metro Speedway. I'm sorry, I see water. And this is a quickie to end up grabbing right here in Summer Forest. So I was trying to see what other kind of synergy this level could also potentially have here for the entire hub world. Looks like it's just off the beaten path. Lizard is in Sunny Beach, which means he is going for all gems. And what I noticed about all gems is that unless you know how to end up clipping through the barriers, you would end up struggling to figure out how to get all the gems without doing Turtle Soup 1 and 2. And if he is opting to do Turtle Soup 1 and 2, then maybe we could get a shot at seeing Turtle Skip. And talking of skips, Katoti has indeed opted for the big skip towards Juliet 1. Normally you would end up using vegetables, plants, seeds to just cut your way all the way across the Juliet's tower, but all you need to do is to double jump across an entire barrier and up a couple more ledges, and you just get the orbs within 20 seconds. And it looks like we've got a leave out of Colossus there for for Kolapro, and access to swim. Meanwhile, TK has opted to end up going for Breeze Harbor, but it looks like he's having some interesting time in the menu, trying to figure out where to go next from there. No, he's just staying in. See, this is also a very fast talisman if you know exactly how to end up going through the wing like that. A double jump and a hover underneath the starboard side wing is all you really need to end up climbing up there. And while it is one that you can just stand on to own the talisman for, he has opted to not go for that and just jam everything out of it. Which means the goal that I'm going to see for him right here, I mean, I just can't seem to find it. 1200 Autumn Gem Plains as a possibility. I mean, and I also see Trolley is there, which also can be very broken when it comes to speedrunning it. Normally, you would just want to get access towards the spring power-up. But instead, you could just double jump your way onto the track and just collect the cogs without even needing to defeat much of the enemies at all. Whether he opts to do that or not is entirely up to him. Kolapro is also in Sunny Beach, also trying to see if he could gem the place out. But it looks like he's probably just going to go for the talisman, so I'm not quite too sure. 1200 Autumn Gems, Autumn Plains Gems has been marked off for Peaches. Meaning that is indeed a very strategic way to end up going through the through that side of the goal. So maybe he could end up seeing if he could finish off the speedways. He already has done. This is what I get for trying to read goals, which is fine. So as you can see here, TK has opted for trolley in the most unlegit way possible, climbing onto the tracks, and just charging into all of the cogs as he sees fit. Now, the one thing you do not want to do is to actually get close towards the trolley, because otherwise the cogs will reset and you will actually have to crash a trolley to actually get the total back in, which would end up wasting a lot of time. And he has been very careful to end up dodging that. And with all cogs obtained, all he needed to do is to just jump off the side there and head into the room. And that is how you grab the trolley without even needing to ride the trolley. Colossus now for Kolapro. There is all gems there, which is also a speedy one if you know what to do. And what he's done right there immediately is the factory skip. And rather than going straight for the orbs, he's just grabbing everything from the top and just going straight into the talisman room. Whether he would end up going back towards the gems rather than take it for the talisman portal to stand on is a whole other thing entirely. Kotote has just entered Fracture Hills, most likely to go and grab Fawn.
There's only one more thing I can teach
and this is something that you could end up also breaking without even needing to be a single enemy. To get it legit, all you need to do is to activate the supercharge portal, defeat a few enemies to activate that, and then just make the entire lap around the level to end up breaking the door down. However, what you can do instead is to go right around the back of the building, double jump your way onto the geometry, and then just go through an invisible wall right in the tower itself to grab the orb without even needing to break a sweat. And Kohler is standing on the talisman portal that he already obtained for Sunny Beach, making a good move towards that. Colossus as well. Metropolis is TK's next destination. He already got his gems in Glimmers, so it makes sense to go straight over here. And what he's going to end up grabbing is as many gems as possible, because I don't really see any incentive to end up going for the bowl or the end of level orb or maybe even the supercharge, except for maybe going for 20 orbs. And since nobody has 20 orbs yet, it's always great to assume that any Winter Tundra level access is done completely out of bounds. And talking about a bounds, Kolapro just did just that. Not paying money back for access to Aquaria, he instead just hopped over the wall to go inside. Your goal for this one is getting all enemies there, and since he has the ability to swim, all he just needs to do is defeat as many enemies as possible, get access towards Super Flame, and then use them to dispatch most of the enemies possible, including the sharks. Peaches has also opted for a shitty Oasis, and in this case that is going to be a very slow 100% run, considering that he unlocked Head Bash earlier. Oh yes, the rockets are also a thing. Then that can be a possibility to end up getting the 100% run there. Well, actually, I know that TK unlocked Head Bash, but this is what I get for flicking back and forth between multiple screens at once and discussing different strategies as they see fit. TK's goal is going ridiculously strong, just heading up towards the main part of the goal of the gem gathering around the sheep UFOs. So I can see a very quick goal getting marked off when he gets his 250 right here. Don't think there's anything left to explain about their strategies right now, so can we get another PSA, hosts?
Absolutely. In fact, I was going to hop on in and remind everybody here in chat that we have those Illusion of Gaia randomizer incentives coming up, and that is the next run, and we're going to need to cut those incentives off in about half an hour. So if you want to see that that boss shuffle with the activated overworld, or if you want to see the Apocalypse Gaia boss, you need to get those donations in within the next 30 minutes. And keep in mind that all of those donations are going towards an amazing charity. We are raising money for Fred Hutch. So yeah, get those donations in. Let's get those incentives met so you can see some more amazing Illusion of Gaia coming up next.
Absolutely, thank you very much. And I apologize in advance for getting, for any gender mishaps on ZeroPeaches' end. As far as I'm aware, that's always been he, him, but I didn't realize that there were female pronouns getting opted for the stream. I'm gonna need to ask about that later. So, there we go, the hippos. This is one of the reasons why you need Head Bash to end up going for Shady Oasis 100%. The ridiculous 1,000 payments over at Winter Tundra. And it's the only way to end up getting your 100% goal there. There's no way to end up breaking it with any other kind of super power-up or whatever. I mean, it can be possible if you end up opting for Dragon Shore Skip, but for the purpose of this bingo board, Dragon Shore Skip is banned, so that means no permanent fireball. No, not Cola. Lizard is in Idle Springs right now, so that's a 100% goal that I see in front of me. Not a particularly fast one because of puzzle and some of the RNG that can happen with the fish later on. But it can be a quick one to end up grabbing the talisman and just stepping on the portal. And Cole is also going for something super pog here as Aquaria Towers. You can actually just charge swim your way towards the top of the level, and by holding down up and the direction button, you can just charge your way out of bounds and go towards the 6th tower for the seahorse without even needing to rescue the other 5 first. However, he's actually going to also use this not to save any... Wait a minute. Did Cola just go up the wrong hole? I thought he was... I was very confused. I mean, normally when you end up doing Seahorse Skip, you'll go for Tower 6, but he just skipped right past it. Was he just there to defeat the crabs? Yes, he was. Well, that's one way of dealing with that. So, one of the more painful goals on the board is 100% Winter Tundra. This is one that you have to do the swim in air glitch just to get the last few gems that are behind the door leading towards Rypto. Whether TK would be the one to end up grabbing that outright is entirely down to down to that decision. And it looks like Cola is making his way towards another level here in Summer Forest. Which means opting for the Hunter tutorial. I can see that one ends up being... No, he's not. He's just gone right past him. Is he going to do the swim skip? To end up... No, he's not. He's going to try and double jump his way over to the... No, he's actually going to step on top of the Colossus portal by a double jump over, and he's just done that! Yes, I can definitely confirm at least 3. 100% Shady Oasis has been marked off for Peaches, so... Yeah, that is a very unfortunate snipe right there for Lizard. So, Cola is back in Winter Tundra, but not for long. So, it looks like he's going to aim for an early goal somewhere in Northern Plains. And Lizard is also on the race to try and step on the portals, and has done just that with Idle Springs. Like I said, the double jump tech can make you really go places when you know how to utilize it. Like I said, it's a simple jump into a charge. And sometimes the furthest jumps can be really frame perfect when we're getting the best distance. And talking of the best distance, Lizard had sniped Cola on standing on top of the 5 portals, finishing his run at Colossus. Not Cola. TK has ended up going for some quick gems, orbs even, over at Mystic Marsh. I'm assuming he's going to aim for 20 orbs in total. And the end of level orb in Mystic Marsh is pretty much one of the quickest ones you can end up grabbing in this entire hub world. Just a skip up towards the top of the level and you're there within 20 seconds. And it looks like Cola is also going to go for the trolley skip. Peaches, actually. Sorry, I am messing things up. Trolley and Lamp Thieves is surprisingly still on the board, so this could also end up being a very nasty snipe for TK if he's not going to go for Shady Oasis. And Lizard has opted for Hurricos, which again means a chance to get old gems, which is something I guess Kotote didn't do earlier. Wait, where was it Kotote that was there earlier? It was Kolapro, just wanted the talisman. So it makes sense to be a lot more steady with the gem collection. And I also see Factory 2 also getting earned, which is another really fast orb. So if there's a candidate to try and get 20 orbs there, then there you go. Kolapro is actually back in Scorch, and it looks like he's going to try and go for Bombo without even having to worry about getting the power up this time. Since he hasn't been in Cloud Temples yet, then that makes a lot of sense to grab that before going in. I'm surprised he didn't stick around earlier just to try and grab it, but with Lockouts, anything can be a frantic race to outpace your rivals. Talk of Cloud Temples, TK is there right now. He could just stick around and grab the bells, but there's also a very quick EOL if he is able to end up executing the jumps. Bells is also equally as quick, and the one orb you do not want to do if you're trying to go for all orbs and just want to get the quickest one possible is Agent Zero, which thankfully is enlisted. That's just an auto-scroller. So since I ended up outlining what everyone is doing, can we get another PSA from the host?
Sure thing. Yeah. So let's see. We only have not much longer before Illusion of Gaia gets cut off, and you cannot bid on those unlocks for the randomizer. So be sure to get your bids in if you want to see either of those happen. After that, we do have Octopath Traveler. Some nice incentives coming up for that. There are some bids on those bid wars, so if you want to see them swing one way or the other, and on top of that, once you get them to swing one way or the other, by donating, you're donating for an amazing cause. It's Fred Hutch is a cancer research center where world-renowned scientists, humanitarians work together to prevent, diagnose, and treat cancer, HIV, and many other diseases. With 3 Novel Larez, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, among their researchers, they are at the front of the battle against those illnesses.
Well, you heard it right there. If you want Octopath Traveler, you want to be Team Dub or Team Weeb, make your donations for that. Alright, oh my goodness, Lizard is also going to try and go for the squeeze proxy in Hurricos to get access to some gems that are right above the map.
Spyro, you have...
So, while that does make sense, I also see a strong chest on the floor that is yet to end up getting broken up, so I might as well just see what he has planned. Oh, of course, the gems that are on the way to Factory 2. So, that's one way to end up reaching them. So, TK has ended up grabbing the end of level orb here in Cloud Temples. And he's still missing bells, which would end up being a very quick orb number 17, which means he's going to be the most likely to end up getting 20 orbs blocked off. Very tight game from what I'm seeing, 10-8 to Team Cola and Peaches right there. And talking of Cola, he has just successfully defeated Bumbo. And he's going to be ready to go straight towards Cloud Temples himself if he's going to end up going for that one next.
I suppose you want to know.
It looks like Peaches has also joined the swimming club. And with this one, it can be a possibility to go for 100% Idle Springs, but I do not see the reasoning for that. And it looks like going by the path. Ooh, looks like we're also going to see another race for Old Gems in Hurricos, which Lizard is already well on the way. Okay, that's going to be very cool on either side. TK has almost grabbed oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I see what he did now. He ended up igniting the 4 rockets. We're end up breaking the strong chest here, which makes sense because 100% Cloud Temples is on the board. Meaning, I'm gonna have to ask you guys a question. Do you like auto-scrollers?
I'm a secret agent.
Yes, this is the auto-scroller in question, Agent Zero. You have to sneakily follow behind him and get to his secret clubhouse right at the end of the path there. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get that first try, but just with a bit of consistency, he'll get there. All you gotta do is just find a way to hide behind the trees or any of the other parts of the level geometry. Just do not make sure that he sees you. It's also a very interesting one to attempt to one cycle because of the locations of all of the gems there. So, we'll see what's going on with that. Kohler has also accessed Cloud Temples, which means he too is going to go towards the bells. And unlike TK, he's actually got the gem, the Orb of Wombo, which means he could have an advantage elsewhere. Now, I mentioned puzzle also being a big issue for Idle Springs, but the biggest one, like I said, is RNG for the second in line for those 3 tasks. He did the light switch, which is just a case of step on all the corner pieces, but then you also have to wait on good fish RNG for the hungry idol all the way over there. Staying in position and just flaming the yellow and blue fish as you see them. It's just difficult to tell exactly what color they will be until they actually pop out of the water. And while camera movement does help, it's too lenient too soon, unfortunately. And can also be a waiting game for something decent to pop up. And Kohler is done in Cloud Temples, meaning we are very close towards a big final push towards some big tasks over there. Wait, no, not Kohler. TK has done that. I'm trying to get names together in front of me. But yeah, talking to Kohler, he's also grabbed the bells, which means he's ready to go towards another place. Now, if I can look carefully towards everyone in front of me, TK is not going to opt for 100% Winter Tundra just yet. I think he's going to go for some last orbs, just to make up the amount for 20. Lizard is probably going to get 100% Idle Springs, just from seeing everything in front of me. And Peaches has nailed Swim in Air, so if anyone is going to get 100% Winter Tundra, thanks to access to those gems behind Rypto.
Nice.
And he got himself trapped there. Whoops. Then it's going to be through there.
Very good.
I'm pretty sure that a quit out to the main menu or the home world will be fine enough.
Wow, you're
Idle Springs is Kolapro's next stop, but is at a very big disadvantage when it comes to gathering the orb, simply because the amount of time that Lizard has already spent there. So, that's gonna be something. And TK tried to make the jump towards the orb at the top, but couldn't quite make it, so I guess he's going to find an orb elsewhere. I see that Bud L. Oh my gosh, I'm getting Discord notifications go in front of my Twitch chat. Bud L. Brand was hoping for just using Spyro into Rypto. Honestly, I have never used Spyro getting used in Winter Tundra, so that can be interesting to see how that could have actually paced itself. So 20 euros has been marked up for TK. We are down towards the last few. And I also just noticed that 100% Winter Tundra had been marked off for Peaches. So it's going to be extremely tense. Idle Springs is the race between Lizard and Cola. And as for Earthshapers, that is a thing that's going to be a head bash only thing in Fracture Hills. And Draculets is over at Crystal Glacier, which is a very painfully long level to end up grabbing any kind of orb there. Thankfully, there's a lot of quick long leap and double jump tech skip you can do it at the start to end up getting everything faster. However, for Draculets, you have to defeat at least 16 enemies to get access towards the Superfly power-up needed to defeat it. Now, I am going to be needed for about a minute or two, so I'll take it to host for a quick PSA.
Yeah, no worries. I just want to remind everybody again, we have the Illusion of Gaia run coming up next, and we would love to hit those incentives. So get those donations in, both for the activate the overworld plus the boss shovel. We need $50 to make that happen, and we are looking to get $30 donated in to unlock the Apocalypse Gaia boss. So get those in ASAP. As you can see, this bingo is winding down, and we need to get that set up for the next run. So yeah, get those in. And again, we are raising money for Fred Hutch. Keep in mind that Fred Hutch is the birthplace of the bone marrow transplant, which is one of the most important medical advances in cancer treatment that has saved the lives of hundreds of thousands of patients around the world. So yeah, every dollar counts for helping out Fred Hutch.
And it looks like, according to the bingo sync board, since Lizard ended up marking off 100% Idle Springs, it is now a race for Draculets and Earthshapers, the goal that nobody wanted to do. And Peaches has already completed the Alchemist, which is the lead in towards this task. You cannot complete it without having Head Bash first, which is unfortunate without access to Theater Skip. So it's just a case of doing that task legit. Head bashing all of the Earthshapers as Hunter would shoot them down.
You have saved us all.
And it looks like Cola has left Peaches to handle that exact task. And then there's also Draculets, which, again, after some very quick double jump leaping movements to get across the place while also defeating the required amounts of enemies for Superfly. It's a case of burning down the multiplying bug things and hoping that RNG would end up being in your favor. When there's absolutely no synergy for something like this, it just gets very difficult. So now we have one last race between, looks like it's TK and Peaches for the opposite goals that they just done. TK for the Earthshapers, Peaches for the Draculets. Cola's just chilling, Lizard is just trying. So not much else I could end up seeing with this one. We're pretty much just winding down with this, this race right there, and a very swift one at that. So it looks like TK is opting to try and go for the supercharge skip. So instead of cutting across the entire level, he just ended up going through the wall to reach the Alchemist by messing with invisible barriers. That could end up making all the difference to getting Earthshapers done quickly. You do not need any power-ups to end up clearing the Alchemist path or dealing with the Earthshapers. It's just a case of knowing where the Alchemist will walk in bites of the step path every single time, and just making sure that no mistakes are made along the way. and I have a feeling that TK would end up getting the goal first because Peaches has only just made the way towards the Eskimo wall, so that's going to be a bit of the problem. Then again, so is the slow-moving nature of the Alchemist.
Man, Doma.
And it looks like TK is 7 Earthshapers away from game. So we're gonna also be needed on time for when that last goal ends up getting marked off, so might as well be on the lookout. That's 1. Again, there's nothing that can be done to end up speeding up the process of Hunter and his arrows. It's just only a set cycle. And sometimes set cycles could be the one that can make or break a bingo path. Two more enemies left. Time is approaching in a few seconds.
We make a
Time!
Good game.
Okay, well done to the 4 of you! That had been crazy, very down to the wire as well. I've been seeing prowess for all 4 of them throughout, and normally I don't end up seeing games as close as this, but that was incredible!
All right. Well, I don't know if the runners were up for an interview or not. I don't remember someone saying as such, but we'll pull them in just a moment.
Yo,
Hello, runners.
so intense. That was
Hi.
so
Oh,
intense.
GG's.
GG's.
GG.
GG's.
Thank you.
GG.
GG guys, you guys played well as well.
I
Yes.
played kind of mediocre, but Ratchet carried with the goals, to be honest, a bit.
My PC controller's jump button stuffed up, and it made me die in what's it called, Breeze Harbor. I think this would have been a lot closer if it wasn't for that
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what were you doing in Breeze Harbor?
trolley.
Trolley.
Oh, okay, well, doesn't matter. I didn't even do that goal.
Yeah,
But,
Katote had been in Shady Oasis.
Yeah, I only
Let me
been to
s-
Troy.
give me
Didn't do
sense.
Shady at all.
Yeah, Shady was good though. It had like 3 goals that was connected to it, so
Yeah,
definitely a good
I agree.
Basically,
than
Ratchet was doing
Metropolis.
his goals. TK was doing his goals, and I was getting sniped by Liz.
Sorry,
and-
sorry guys. I've got like 3 names: Ratchet, Katote, and ZeroPeaches. So that
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
meant-
a bit confused here.
I mentioned that on comms. I think we had quite a bit of confusion going on in the
Oh.
commentary there.
He has
Sorry,
multiple
everyone.
personalities.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, like,
yeah. Well played, guys. You guys did really well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
played
thank
too.
you. Like the thing is, you guys, I don't know who was sniping me, but someone was sniping me in almost all of my goals, like the speedways, the shady
Yep.
shit, you
Ratchet,
know, all
Ratchet,
that stuff.
Yes, yeah, the speedways were mostly Peaches on that.
Yeah, like I just needed like a few more gems to get the Autumn Plains gems, but whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rexy, did you see any potential mismarks or something?
I didn't notice anything in particular, though I can at least try and ask what Katote ended up marking for speedways, because I saw Canyon and I saw Icy. Was the other one
Yeah,
Metro?
I did
Metro, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously
No, they got-
for the
1200
Autumn Plains.
gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense for the 1200 Autumn
Yeah.
Plains gems.
Yeah.
Great synergy.
Can I ask you guys like how many orbs you got before I marked the goal?
I
didn't
only
see
had
it.
like 12 or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
did.
have
I wasn't.
7 orbs.
I wasn't really
okay.
going for that. I wasn't really going for that goal because I thought that you guys would get it first, because I just wasn't like, that wasn't what my priority was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
TK
told
was going
Blizzard
for
it's
some
a TK goal.
extremely fast orbs.
It
Well,
was
this-
definitely.
What portals did you stand on with talismans? and
Your
stuff?
mom.
Colossi, Idol, Sony, Breeze, Skilos.
Yeah, same what I've done, basically almost. Shit.
Yes.
Shit.
Did you
Well,
go
really
for
close.
Aquaria?
Really close.
No, never, sir.
I should have went for the talis first. I would have gotten the goal before you.
Well, I
Yeah,
could have
what if?
gone.
What
Yeah.
if?
It's all a question of ifs. Like if I didn't go for the orbs and focused on other stuff, I would got like the Winter Trend goal. I would got the
Yeah.
Shady goal. I would got a lot of other goals. So many ifs.
And Bombo as well.
But
Like
actually
you're
played
doing
well.
double, right?
I did bomb.
I did swim in the air in Winter Tundra first go, and I was really happy about that. So that's
Oh,
the saving grace of
nice.
everything.
Did you
Yeah.
do it with the head bash or without head bash?
The
Aha.
head bash.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's the easiest way. But try
Yeah.
to do it without head bash.
Yeah, with
That's
swim.
the real
It's
thing. Yeah.
For a more competent speedrunner, it would be easy peasy, but I'm a bit rusty, so yeah.
I did see someone
Yeah.
suggest the idea of possibly using Sproda to try and get to those gems
Sproda.
behind Rypto.
Dude, we're not
Yeah,
that
that's hard.
great.
I don't. Is that even possible? Is that? I don't even know if
It
that's
is.
possible.
possible.
It is.
It is
It
possible.
is. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I
It is,
can't do
yeah.
Sproda. I can't do. I
Yeah, I
suck.
can do it either.
I can do Sproder, but not in that area.
Yeah, that's like a pretty hard product to do, you know.
Also, I didn't have good like I was rusty for the proxies. I sucked at proxies
Yeah,
today.
me too. When I
Why
didn't
were you even going
practice
for
this,
proxies at all? Like,
Like just frog proxy and penguin proxy, like I sucked.
yeah,
I
me
can't do
too.
any proxies. So
I can, but I didn't even try because since, like he said, we're all rusty, so it's probably not good to try it. Like you'll waste more time than actually doing the other way.
We've been on our primes before.
Yeah,
Lizard
like in your
sniped me the
prime,
whole
you
game.
can do it. Nice.
Like the sunny beach, what was the other stuff? The talismans, like the rockets, the hockey dinos one.
Yeah, thank you for. I couldn't bother with the pencils. I didn't even try to do it.
Yeah, I know you let me go in the Mystic Mar.
No
That was
worries.
my slow.
Guys,
It's fine.
who's gonna do the interview? I guess.
I don't know.
Our hosts in this one I've Nordic and Senate, I believe.
Wait, what's his name again? Nordic? What?
Yes.
yeah,
Nordic.
Nordic.
Yeah, hi.
You got a really good voice, by the way, Nordic.
Oh, Nordic. Okay, I heard Nordic. Okay, sorry.
And thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It's like that game company, Nordic HQ or something.
He also has a good beard.
Oh,
Nice.
alpha male.
For Sigma.
Sigma male.
So when's the next race after this?
For us,
Yeah.
this evening.
No. I mean for the stream.
Oh, the next
okay.
run?
For the run, yes, that's Illusion of Gaia coming up next, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're going to have that's coming up right after this, actually. SO5Z is going to be running that. Unfortunately, we did not meet those incentives, so we're going to go ahead and run that as expected. But yeah, I think if that's everything from all y'all, we'll go ahead and close it out to intermission.
And I will
just wanna-
see you later tonight for my next coaching shift.
And for
Absolutely.
your race as well.
Oh yes, Donald Duck Going Quackers is happening in a few hours as well. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, me too. Like, Kola will get his revenge. He's gonna destroy everyone.
Also, this race went very well. Like I wanted it to be close. That was the goal, and it was close. So.
And I am
Yeah,
more
you
than
let
surprised
us
that
win,
TK's
obviously.
internet didn't explode.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much to the 5 of you for this wonderful showcase of Spyro 2 Rypto's Rage. Again, coming up next, we are going to have Illusion of Gaia Randomizer. That's going to be a triple bingo brought to you by SO5Z. So, stick around, hang tight. We are going to have a brief intermission, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Houston, it's one small broccoli sprout for man, one giant leap in cancer prevention for all mankind.
It's true. Hutch researcher Dr. Tom Kenza has unlocked a chemical called sulforaphane in broccoli sprouts that can reverse the cellular damage. He's brewed this into a tea that in China can reverse the effects of air pollution. Next, he's going to use this to see whether he can reverse the damage seen from space travel. The potential of this therapy is to infinity and beyond. What the Hutch?
Peggy 12.
Yep, that's me, the king. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. When I was crowned, I thought I was going to sort this kingdom out. But it turns out that my council could cast a vote on every single decision I made. I thought the nobles on the council were my friends. Well, they treated my reign like some kind of game, voting on things just because they thought they were funny. In the end, my nobles raised their banners in rebellion against me. And, well, you know how that turned out. Being king isn't as easy as it looks. So there you go. Maybe you think you could do better, but I have my doubts. Get away from me, you! Go on, get off! Not the eyes! Not the eyes! Not the eyes!